Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the October 13th, the terrific or Taco Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We do not make that one little 2x4 shift. It means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 16 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday, or Tequila Tuesday. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. Right now, we've got the mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow off 113 points. The S&P's down 15, while the NASDAQ 100 is up about 8. The semis are up 5. Russell's down 9. Let's go to the short-term time frame charts out here and see what the messages are. Let's begin by taking a look at the Russell 2000. Generated a nice butterfly buy pattern. It did that this morning at about 10 o'clock. Well, it didn't get confirmed until 11 a.m. The lows actually took place at 11, so that you've got this nice A to B equals CD pattern, a bit of an extension of a swing point. The swing point from about 11 o'clock in the morning back on a couple of days ago. Looks like, I don't know why I can't get this to pop up on my screen. Doesn't matter. You're taking a look at it. Now, it's confirmed by that nice piercing, that bullish reversal candle. And price on that last hour, as we came into 1 o'clock, it closed above the top of the daily profile. Bearish in structure, 1635.80 to be exact. So coming into 130, if price can close back above 1635.80, 2 consecutive closes above that, that tells you that the Russell 2000 is a nice solid bottom that is in place. So far, it's got a solid bottom that's taken price beyond support. Now we're going to see if there's 2 consecutive closes. So at 130, I don't know that we'll get back to it, 1635.80. You see that? Tells you the Russell 2000 has bottomed for the day. If we go take a look at, or likely bottom for the day. If we go take a look at the Dow equity future contract out here right now, it is penetrating. It has tested this level on and off all day, this level being the European opening range. So all that we've had so far that's transpired in many of the equity futures contract, or I should say the ES, the NQ, and the YM out here, is they've been trading with inside the range. What range is that, Steve-O? Well, it is, we take a look at 3 opening ranges out here. We take a look at the opening range for the U.S. equity futures contracts. Those are black horizontal lines. It's the first 30-minute session. Then when Asia comes online, then we mark that opening range out there. They can provide support and resistance levels out here, so they're very helpful, especially if you are trading the futures contracts, and certainly if you're trading intraday. And then we have the European opening range between 3 and 330. Those are identified by the blue lines. You can see that all through the morning we have had price testing that 28,610 level out here. Now we're seeing that it's testing it again, but it's made a lower low. So while the Russell 2000 has confirmed a butterfly buy pattern, what the Dow equity futures contract is doing, it's completing a TD9 count. This is the lower bar. So this low should occur between now and 1:30 or between the 1:30 2 p.m. time frame. If by 2:30 price is trading back below the low of the session, That's going to suggest a move to 28,497. There's no damage that has been done. You might look at the numbers, think they're large or something like that. No damage, technically speaking, especially when we take a look at a 30-minute time frame charts here. So now you've got the Dow Equity Future contract that is generated. First, it did about an hour ago, generated wave number 7. That was letter G on my screen. It's busted through that. And as I say, it looks like it's going to form a TD9 count. So you've got 2 on the 30-minute charts that are generating bottom signals. That little push as we came on the air to move lower is what generated that bottom signal inside the Dow. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ out here. What is the NASDAQ doing? Well, it generated a nice Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal. It did that earlier. That was confirmed with this bear sash candle. So that identified the top. Beautiful thing. That was about 7 o'clock this morning. And what price has been able to do is just simply push down to test its opening range level. So the European and Asian opening range are in approximately the same area, 12,038. That's the number you'd be watching. If there was a close below 12,038, that would signal move back to 11,904. But otherwise, at this stage of the game, support is held. You see a slightly higher low than the one that took place several hours ago inside the NQ. So if that bottom can take hold inside the Dow Equity Future contract, YM, and the Russell's able to close back above the top of that profile level, 1635 or something like that, as we come into 130, well, then you've got everything that's giving you signals of a bottom. Now, inside the NQ, it's got to get above Stevie's green line. That's at 12,152. And since its current profile, bearish in structure for the 30-minute time frame, is at 12,161, that's the level where price must close above to tell you that it's rally on for the day. Right now, just really consolidating in between its sell signal and its opening ranges. Now let's go move over and take a look at the ES Mini. And we go take a look at the ES Mini, we're going to see something very similar to what we just looked at in the Dow. So all the 30-minute time frame charts out here are generating bottom-worthy signals. That little push as we came on the air inside the ES Mini is what's going to generate a TD9 count out here. Now, if this is end-up price also testing the bottom of that European opening range, remember that 9 count, you can get a lower low on the bar following bar number 9, so we won't really know until 2 p.m. But whatever the low of the sessions are out here, so between now and 2 p.m., if that low gets breached, meaning a close below, price will head down to 34.8350, maybe 34.66. Those are the TD9 breakout levels. That's what's going on from an intraday standpoint inside of the equity futures contracts. Hopefully that will assist you for the rest of the afternoon. If we step things up a bit and go to the daily timeframes out here, we'll take a look at the daily ES Mini. We just took a look at the 30-minute time frame chart. You can see the A to B equals CD pattern that's underway. Today will be bar number 7 of a potential TD9 count. This is suggesting that the ES Mini is headed back towards its highs, or maybe the 3607 level. That'd be the 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD pattern out there. If we take a look at, and so just an inside bar today, inside bars, they signal to us that the existing trend that was in place will continue. The NQ doesn't have an inside bar. It took out yesterday's high. That is bullish. Go take a look at that. Put it together with the NQ that we've seen, not even being able to bust through the European or the Asian opening range. Still mucho grande strong. Price headed back to its highs of the 12,403 mark, the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside. We take a look at the Dow Equity Future contract. It too has an A to B equals CD pattern. Now, depending on its candle close, really depending on each of the indices out there, here right now we've got a little bit of a dark cloud cover at the completion of the 1 to 1 A to B equals CD pattern out here. But I say not so fast. We have competing signals inside the Dow Equity Future contract. So let's take a look at those when we get back from this first break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the Dow Equity Future Contract before we went to that breakout there. And I said, just hold on here. Even though we've got a dark cloud cover, if this was the end of the today's trading session, now this would confirm the sell the D point of the A to B equals CD pattern. However, we've got a bit of a conflict here. So that conflict is yesterday's candle session was a close above the TD9 count. That signal there suggests there's a strong upward momentum move that's in place here. Today's bar is an inside bar as well. If we take a look at the Dow Equity Future Contract out here, again, the typical signal there is that the current trend that's in place should continue. Prices above Stevie's green line, that's at 28,218. And we take a look at the Dow Equity Futures Contract, prices above all profile levels. So it's above, with the exception of the monthly out here. But it's above the daily, it's above the weekly profile out here, it's above the quarterly profile. So I would be hesitant to say, this is the short inside the Dow. Now it might be, but you'd want to see other signals coming from other indices out here. So that's why I say, hey, not so fast when we take a look at the Dow Equity Future Contract. And speaking of some of those other signals out here, Mr. Bill in the Tiger's Den asked if we could go take a look at Apple. And so let's go do that, because you'd certainly want to see some chinks in the armor in Apple to drive the markets lower. So let's go take a look at Apple, see what we're doing, see what it's doing. We can see right now that it's trading out at, well, we can't see it there. I've got to get back to the actual chart. At about 123 and change, 123.50. You can see the A to B equals CD. The 1-to-1 gets you up to 126.84. This is not a bearish reversal candle by any stretch of the imagination. Prices above the top of the daily, prices above the top of the weekly, prices above the top of the monthly profile. So the signal here for Apple Mr. Bill, I know you said short term, so I don't know what short term means necessarily, but here from a daily time frame, this is suggesting that price wants to continue to move higher. Oh, in the case of Apple, let me pull this over here. What price has done yesterday, what price has done today, is it has tested Stevie's green line. So again, you have another bullish message here from Apple, and that it wants to continue to move higher. That's on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame is giving you a bullish signal, not only a test of the top of that day bearish structured weekly profile, test of Stevie's green line, trading above that. Of course, the week is not over; it's only Tuesday. No topping signal here on the monthly time frame chart. No topping signal on the quarterly time frame chart. So if that is short term, the suggestion is that price wants to continue to move higher. But let's not stop there. In case Mr. Bill's short-term request was really to take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart, and I don't know that to be the case, we can go look at the 30-minute time frame chart here for Apple. So what do we know? We know that Apple is just trading inside today's opening range bar. Now that's just simply it's gonna look like blue lines out here. That's the first half hour of trading, Mr. Bill. So here, the way you use the opening range is from a directional purpose. When you have that opening range, if price is able to close above the top of that opening range, it's a suggestion of price wanting to move higher. You got to look for any kind of topping patterns or things of that sort. So it's not just like a carte blanche. You're just automatically going to run higher. That's it. You got to look for patterns. Same thing to the downside. Right now, price is just consolidating inside of its opening range out there. 121.52 is the bottom, and 125.39 is the top. So closing above, not breaking, but closing above or below either of those will give you a directional signal. And here, this signal is neutral. So I hope that helps you out, Mr. Bill, with regard to what Apple is doing, short-term, intermediate term, and any kind of term out there. We've got a caller on the line. We've got call-ahead seating, so let's call right ahead and go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic, Steve, and I hope you're doing well yourself.
I am. Thanks for asking. And Clovis Oncology, nice move today in this. Tell us what you're doing and how I can help you.
I believe we've talked about this in the past. I've traded in and around the stock. I first bought into it back around this time last year when it had that run. I didn't get in at the very lows, but it had that run up to about 17.
Yes.
And so I actually did real well. I had some options for both my sons and myself, and I actually owned shares of it and got out around 15, held some up, got to that level, and then kind of backed off and got out of the rest of it around 12, but did real well with it. And then I've bought back in again at the March lows, so my average is like 375, and I've just kind of hung on to it, and it's been, hasn't done a heck of a lot. I mean, it did make a run up to about 8, and then it came back down. It's just all over the place. But today's having a decent day, and was just kind of wondering what that might be telling. I know it's just a single day, but it has some volume, and if it is getting above some resistance levels, that type of thing.
Sure. So with regard to the resistance level, Brent, that it's getting above, the first one would be the bottom of its daily profile, and that's priced at 631. So ideally, if it closes above 631, and I would say does that again tomorrow, that would be, then it's gotten inside the range of the daily profile. And that would suggest that price would make its way up to about 714. That would be the center of its profile. So that would be the first thing that it's done as far as a resistance area. The weekly chart shows that price is just consolidating with inside its profile, with support being 492, resistance being 685. And on the monthly basis, you're now back inside its profile, and it hasn't done that for a couple of months out here. Now, the month obviously is not over, but closing above 582 would be a positive thing. It's bullish in structure, and that would suggest over time a move to 871. And it sounds to me like you're trying to, perhaps hold on to this from a longer-term standpoint. On a daily basis, the other level that it has overcome today has been the oscillator and change line, Stevie's red line, and that's priced at 594. So that would have been another level of resistance. We can see that the oscillator and change line has been tested a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and it's been rejected. So the mere fact that it's not been rejected tells us about a further, at least counter trend rally until that line turns green. It's got to be termed counter trend, especially when it's inside a bear structured daily profile. So it looks to me, Brent, as long as you can hold 631, 714 to 769 is its price target. I don't have anything, I guess, on the weekly time frame. I don't have anything on the weekly time frame here to suggest anything. Everything here looks bullish. 721 is the TD9 breakdown level. I'll just pull this chart. Well, I can't really pull it back any further than that. It's kind of hard to see. But that was a trading week that began July 3rd. And when it last found resistance, the week of September 18th, that's what kept it in check, that 721. So intermediate term time frame, you get a close above that. That's telling you about a change in trend from the weekly perspective. What questions? What other questions do you have? Is there anything else I can do to assist you?
That's very helpful. It's been a little frustrating stock to own, but I got in low enough. My plan was when I bought it to, of course, kind of hang on to it and see what it can do. And it's fine. It's above where I bought it for sure. But I think there's potential in it beyond what it's done. And I'm just going to have to be patient with it. And we'll see if this ends up being something more. It has a tendency to do this type of thing where it might last a couple of days or maybe several days, and it kind of gives back a good portion of it. So we'll see what it can do this time. And again, I think I was able to get in low enough that I want to be able to kind of hang on to it and see what it can do.
You bet. So watch 721, Brent. If you can clear that, boy, you're in good shape on this. Clovis Oncology. All right. Hey, thanks for the call. Always good to hear your voice, and best of luck with this, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Have a great day.
You bet. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I've got a couple of requests to take a look at precious metals, gold, and silver out here. Let's begin with silver. Take a look at its price action. December contract down to $1.12 right now, trading out at 24.15. That is the very left-hand panel screen on my chart out here. You can see a little bit of a rising trend line out there. So you'll see several rising trend lines out here inside of silver. So nothing really broken here just yet. However, the problem is that there's a new profile that formed last week. That's the blue horizontal lines out there, and that formed above price. That is a bearish message. It tells us about overhead supply. Now, when we take a look at silver, its counter trend rally, in fact, may be over. That would be the signal coming from the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, first it shows us the sell the D point. You can see the A to B equals CD, 1 to 1.618. That was confirmed, by the way, both with the dark cloud cover and a bearish engulfing candle out there. So you've got that pattern. Price makes its way back. It gets below Stevie's green line. That is never a good scenario for any instrument, although better that it's green than it's red. And price here this week has bounced up, tested that level, and so far rejected it. Right now printing at 25.57. So that's a signal that over the longer haul, what silver wants to do is go tag its breakout area, and that's at $18.08 out there. So that's the current message from silver. At least that's today's price action. Now that's going with the weekly time frame chart. We take a look at the daily. What do we have out here? Well, as it turns out, and I have printed in here a Gartley sell pattern just with a 0.618 retracement. That's really not a requirement. Actually, the Gartley sell pattern is being confirmed right now. You can see that what silver's done is made the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, or very close to it. 25.83 would be the actual nut. Yesterday, 25.71 was its actual high. That is close enough for me, and now you're getting the bearish reversal candle. So now we just simply have a Gartley sell that looks like it's confirming here as we speak. You would really get that confirmation with a close below $24.44, because that would be a close below Stevie's red line. Tells us about a falling price oscillator below zero. That suggests that price will target 1980. That's on the daily time frame. When we take a look at silver out here, if we go look at a 30-minute time frame chart, let's do that. So we'll just narrow down to a 30-minute time frame chart. Just look for any patterns that's going on short-term wise. And here we've got wave number 7, letter G. So there's a potential for a bottom. That wave number 7, that took place here in the last half hour. So by 2 o'clock, if it doesn't make a lower low, then that wave 7 would be in there. Price would need to close above 24.44. That's the top of its 30-minute profile to suggest that there's something more to the bounce than just that. So you've got a valid bottoming signal, but can't be confirmed until 2 p.m. So at 1:33, it's way too early to just simply call it wave. Now, it is in wave number 7, that's letter G, but we can't call that a bottom here just yet, or a bottom signal, a confirmed bottom signal just yet. But that's what's going on in the short-term time frame. So it's got that potential here to slow down. Let's see what gold has for this time frame. So let's put up the gold contract, see what it's doing for its 30-minute time frame for December, see where we're at with patterns. So this has got a TD9 count bottom. That TD9 count is at the low of today's session for gold, and we've seen gold basically try to bounce since then. So at 10:30, you get the TD9 count, you get the confirmation the very next session, let alone you get a hammer candle out here. So we always like to say if there's a close below the low of a hammer candle, which is 1890.20, if you're long, you're wrong out there. So I'd watch at 1890.20 level. What price hasn't done is gotten above Stevie's red line. That's currently priced at 1898 out there. If it did that, that would suggest the rally should take you up to 1909. But right now, the TD9 valid bottom count, but just to move sideways inside a bullish structured profile out here. If price can get above 1898, that tells us that it's actually that 30-minute bottom signal is trying to take a hold. The most recent top out here inside of gold, that took place on bar number 8 of a TD9 count. That was early this morning, 5 o'clock, as price was running right into its breakdown resistance level of 1929.80. out there. So that's what's going on the short-term time frame chart. If we go take a look at the larger picture for Goldilocks out here, what are we going to see? I don't know. Let's go open up the charts, and we will find out. We're going to see that it, too, has a rising trend line, but it's also trading with inside its daily profile, back inside the box. That says that support is at 1854.80. Any close below that, and the move to the downside will resume. Of course, somebody's saying, what do you mean we'll resume, Steve-O? Gold is down $34 right now. Isn't that resuming? No. It's just really trading with inside a range out here set up by those profiles. But if we do take a look at gold, just is gold generated a Gartley sell pattern? You know, it's got that same evening star characteristic. Didn't get up as close as silver did to its 1-to-1 level. That would have been 1953, and yesterday's high was 1939. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about calling that as the top. Instead, what we're going to say is, you know what? Goldilocks closed below 1906 today. That's Stevie's red line. That's the oscillator and change line. That tells us that gold wants to head lower. Falling price oscillator below zero on the daily time frame. The eventual target of 1831, 1790. Those being the breakout levels. But right now, this would be telling us with a close below 1906.40, you should anticipate 1854 and 1878 to be the price targets for Goldilocks. So that's what's going on in precious metals out there. I hope that that helps everyone out. Let me check, see if there's any requests by email out here. And no, I don't have any there. Nothing in the dead. No. Robert wants to take a look at the Russell 2000. All right, so let's go do that. So we'll take a look at the Russell 2000. Do it a couple of different ways for you. Let's go take a look at the cash indice and see what its signal is, and then we'll go take a look at the futures contract. So what we discussed this morning, or this as we came on the air, Robert, was at the short-term time frame, the 30-minute time frame for. Oh, by the way, this is the Russell 2000 equity future contract. So just so you know, this has a nice bottoming pattern. This has got a nice butterfly buy pattern confirmed with the piercing candle that took place at 11 o'clock. As we came on there at 1, price closed over the top of a bearish structured profile, and then at the 130 bar, it was a test of that. So that's a positive outcome right now in the short-term time frame for the Russell 2000 equity future contract. I'll switch over to the cash indice in a moment. The daily time frame chart here for the Russell, what this equity future contract shows us that yesterday had taken out the TD9 count top. Tells us about a strong momentum move to the upside. There's no reason for us to believe that that is still not the case. We're not seeing anything on the daily time frame to suggest otherwise. However, hold your horses if you like horses. And the reason that you want to hold your horses, there is a new profile that is forming, has formed out here. I have to use is forming because I'm using my advanced Doppler tool. And so your resistance, Robert, is 1651.70. That's the level that you need to see price close above to then suggest, okay, the breakout is back in motion with a move up to 1709. Right now, price is just consolidating with inside that daily profile out there. The short-term time frame says, hey, I'm going to go make another run for those highs. That's what its signal is. If I quickly go over to or I can do it slowly, but I have to do it quickly here because we're going to be out of time. If I quickly go over and take a look at the Russell 2000 cash index chart, what we're going to see is nothing different. It, too, negated its TD9 count topping pattern, tells us about a strong momentum move to the upside. That's the message with regard to the Russell 2000, I know you said IWM, for both its cash indice as well as the equity futures contract. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back out there. So a quick comment inside the Tiger's Den. Tucker was asking, so if the Russell 2000 closes above 1651.70, that's the top of its new slightly bear structured profile, then yes, the next price target becomes 1709. 1709 is the 1.618 expansion of its last set of swing points. So we'd be using that as a price target. And by doing that, it does not get to a new all-time high or anything. If we go back here and we take a look at when different indices, now I've just moved from the futures contract into the cash indices out here. That's okay. This here just simply shows you that the Russell 2000, it's got a long way to go before it gets back to its all-time highs. That all-time high took place on August 31st. Of 2018 out there. And this is the danger that we have. You can see the descending trend line. I mean, I can go ahead and put it in here. Let's grab okay, got a yellow line. So here I'll just simply start from that August 13 high or somewhere very close to it, to this connected to this high. Let me extend this to the right. Rather do it electronically, extend it to the right, and you can see we're below that level out here. So, you know, it's breaking out in the short term, daily time frame, but no real breakout here inside the Russell 2000. And really the same thing inside of the Dow. And look, if the Dow can penetrate, so the Dow's high is February 12th. of 2020 out here. Again, I'll just simply extend this to the right, and you can see the price hasn't even made its way inside of these two instruments back to their descending trend lines. Now, if they can take those out, boy, that would be a real positive. But it's the reason here to still be cautious. Things are bullish as we speak right now. They're absolutely bullish, at least as of 1:44 in the afternoon. And you and I have identified some short-term bottoming signals here inside the ES and the Dow, as well as Russell 2000 out there. So I hope that clarifies that for you, Tucker, with regard to the Russell 2000. We had a request to take a look at an instrument. It goes by the ticker symbol of AQST. That is Acquisitive or Aquesttive Therapeutics. Acquisitive Therapeutics got the shellacking just a few days ago. This was on the trading day of September 28th. A shellacking to the downside. Wide-ranging bar, which is really this huge gap to the downside, and gigantic volume out there. So obviously something went wrong, and looked like that might be the end of it. Prices below the weekly profile out there. Today, it's regaining the daily profile. Now, you might look at that profile and say, hey, Steve-O. So go ahead. Everybody say on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, hey, Steve-O, how come I only see 2 lines on the daily time frame chart? Excellent question. That is because there are periods of time where the center line will hide itself at either the top or the bottom of that profile. In this case here, it's at the bottom. $4.86. I believe it is Roberto that was interested in this. So closing about 486 would be a strong move and suggest that price would make its way up to 578. But hold on a minute here, because I don't know if I want to make that conclusion just yet. Not until we take a look at my other charts. So let's go take a look at the other charts out here. And the question is, I imagine, is this a form to bottom? Now, I don't know if that's the question. Certainly no one's going to short a $4.86 chart out there, so must be looking for the bottom. So let's go see if we can help Robert look for that bottom out there. And here, voila, we already said, hey, you know what? Getting back inside that profile is a good thing, and it is. However, how comfortable are you now seeing what you see? And what you see is price has made its way up to Stevie's red line, the oscillator unchanged line. Folks, you know how I feel about the TD9 count, which is about the easiest pattern that I can teach you. Plus, it provides you with excellent support and resistance levels out here. And so, but Stevie's red line is just as important out here. This is what helps you to understand when is a counter trend rally, or when is a rally, or when is a retracement, just a retracement, or something worse. When is a counter trend rally telling you, hey, we've moved from counter trend to rally out here? Well, in the case of AQST, price has done what it's supposed to do in trying to get up off the bottom, and it's run right into resistance right now. And that's really, it looks like about 517. So if price can close above 517, don't tell anybody else. But that would be the signal. That's a close above Stevie's red line, that it wants to make that move to the top of the profile, 578. Whether it can get above that or not, I don't know. Right now, what you're worried about is the 517. So nice move today, but boy, what the buyers of AQST want to see is price close above Stevie's red line. It is not a moving average. You can try to do that. You're just not going to get the results you're looking for. So why don't you just do the real thing out there? That's what I say. TD stands for Tom DeMark. So the TD9s, the 9s out there, that is a tool that he developed. You can go read his books on it. Great books. I just prepare yourself to read them many times, many times. They're technical books that even me, with a fairly decent technical vernacular, had a hard time. But once I figured it out, and I started putting it on charts, and then started looking at the breakout support and breakdown resistance, shoot, voila, how does this work? Life happens for us, not to us. Robert was asking about AQST. I'm sitting here talking to you about the TD9s because Ruby puts in what's the TD stand for out here. And now we take a look at when something tops, okay, you're looking for, is it going to be able to break through support? Well, this has got a TD9 count top. Voila, bar number 8's the high out here. And price pulled back on that big gap to the downside. Guess where to? $4.80. And it did not have 2 closes below that. So Robert, AQST has potential out here, because even on the weekly chart, and look, it's going to have a lot of folks that might say, hey, at 8:45, when they were long, and it got down to $5, they were doing or $4.80. They were doing the old prayer dance. You know that prayer dance out there? You make all these deals with, the higher being out there. Please, if you just get back to break even, I'll be happy to take my money up. So there's likely going to be some kind of resistance as this moves up. But if you're asking, is that support? Yeah. So how do you trade this? Real simple. If you're looking for that long trade, let price close above Stevie's red line out there. I think that would be the trade. So I hope that helps you out. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but that's what you're going to get until you tell me that you want something else. Okay, let me see if we've got any other requests out here. We've got about a minute to go in this segment before we do that 2-minute wrap-up out here. I don't have anything other than the email that came across is the number one hair regrowth product out there. Now, it's possible, I know I don't have my camera on, but it is possible that person here watched the opening of the show because Lord knows I have that receding forehead out there, but it ain't going to be plastered with any kind of carpet or anything else out there. We're just going to have to let it go. So Eddie writes in, I missed the show so far. How dare you, Eddie, miss any of the show? Did you discuss Apple? We did. The Apple event is going on now, and they are presenting the 5G phone, and the stock is down $2. Any thoughts? Yeah, it's just trading inside its opening range right now. No big deal out here. Again, real quickly, here's the 30-minute time frame chart. Trading. Oh, there was the 30-minute time frame chart, and I deleted it. You're going to have to trust me on this. Not that I ask you to trust me that often, but since I deleted that, I'm going to ask you to trust me because we're going to break out here. But Apple, it still has A to B equals CD pattern that is underway, and at this stage of the game, it wants to go target 126.84, Eddie. So thanks for tuning in when you did. And Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids Nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So I just rebuilt the 30-minute chart here for Eddie, so you can take a look at it. So here is the 30-minute time frame chart for Apple, and what it's doing right now, it's testing the U.S. opening range. That's the 30-minute bar here on Apple. That's at 121.52. If there's a close below that, that is suggesting, especially if there's two close below it, that's suggesting lower price. Your question was, what is it going to do for the rest of the day? If it holds 121.52, it's just in this consolidation between the opening range. I'd say between 121.52 and Stevie's green line at 124.13 out there. So that's what its signal is at the moment at 1:55 in the afternoon. We had a request inside the Tiger's Den to take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft is in an A to B equals CD pattern. Let's just take a look at it on this white background chart. You can see it achieved the 1-to-1 level yesterday. That is, and it did it with a gap to the upside. That's not how D points are typically made. Microsoft is suggesting it wants to go to the next level. That would be the 1.272 expansion of that A to B leg, or is said in dollar-wise, that would get you up to the 227.38 level. So that is where Microsoft is headed to. So you had Apple confirm an A to B equals CD to the upside yesterday. Microsoft had done it a couple of days ago. Amazon has taken out the B point with volume. Here's the A to B equals CD pattern. It's running a resistance, that TD9 breakdown level, 34.8841. Is it the end of the move? No, not necessarily. It is a stalling point for sure. But here you can see, here's the power of understanding the TD9 count pattern, the breakout levels, the breakdown areas out there, and they will assist you in your trading. So folks, learn these tools out here. Please learn them. Just simply subscribe to Mastering Probability. Do it for 27, 28, 29 days if you want. Go ahead and learn these tools, or subscribe for longer. And just do that by going over the homepage of TFNN. Hey, have a terrific Tuesday, Tequila Tuesday, a Taco Tuesday, a Thirsty Tuesday. But make sure it's terrific no matter what. And stay tuned for 2 more great hours. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Wednesday. Take care, folks.